Breaking borders, building empires, the new frontier of Black entrepreneurship. Welcome to the Black CEO podcast, where we're not just talking about success, we're redefining it. Today, we're diving deep into a world of innovation, resilience, and boundless potential, a world where barriers become bridges and challenges transform into triumphs. And our guide on this exhilarating journey, none other than the visionary Tiajuana Turner. Now, before we dive in, let me tell you something about Tiajuana. This woman isn't just changing the game. She's creating an entirely new playbook. Her work in empowering Black entrepreneurs has sent ripples across industries, shattering glass ceilings and opening doors that many thought were permanently locked. Tiajuana isn't just making the world a better place. She's revolutionizing how we think about success, community, and the very essence of entrepreneurship. So, buckle up, folks. We're about to embark on a mind-bending exploration of what's possible when we dare to dream beyond borders, both literal and figurative. Imagine, if you will, standing at the U.S.-Mexico border. On one side, you see the glittering tech hubs of California, buzzing with innovation and opportunity. On the other, the vibrant, pulsating potential of Tijuana. Now, most people see a wall, a divide, a challenge. But visionaries like Tiajuana Turner, they see a bridge to untapped markets, to fresh perspectives, to a future where entrepreneurship knows no boundaries. This, my friends, is the kind of revolutionary thinking that's reshaping the landscape for Black entrepreneurs. And it's exactly what we're going to dive into today. Through my conversation with Tiajuana, I've uncovered 3 game-changing principles that are absolutely crucial for any Black entrepreneur looking to make their mark in today's global marketplace. First up, we're going to explore the power of leveraging community resources. In a world that often seems designed to hold us back, our community can be our greatest asset. It's time we start seeing it that way. Second, we'll delve into innovative problem-solving strategies that can help us navigate the unique challenges we face as Black entrepreneurs. Because let's face it, when the game is rigged, sometimes you need to flip the board and create your own rules. And finally, we'll discuss the critical role of cultural empowerment in fostering resilience and driving success. Our heritage isn't just something to celebrate on holidays. It's a powerful tool in our entrepreneurial arsenal. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, another talk about entrepreneurship, what could possibly be new? Trust me, by the end of this, you'll be looking at entrepreneurship through an entirely new lens. You'll see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, and you'll be armed with strategies that can turn those opportunities into real, tangible success. Let's kick things off with our first principle, leveraging community resources. To illustrate this, I want to share a fascinating story that Tiajuana brought to my attention. It's the tale of Tiajuana, a company founded by Maritza Diaz. Now, Maritza isn't just an entrepreneur. She's a visionary who saw gold where others saw dust. Picture this. U.S. tech companies are drowning in a sea of unfilled positions, desperately seeking skilled workers. Meanwhile, just across the border in Tijuana, there's a growing pool of highly skilled tech workers hungry for opportunity. Most people would see an insurmountable barrier. Maritza, she saw a bridge waiting to be built. But here's where it gets interesting. Convincing U.S. businesses to look beyond traditional outsourcing destinations like India and China wasn't just challenging. It was like trying to sell ice to Eskimos. It required a complete paradigm shift. Maritza had to leverage every community resource at her disposal. She didn't just emphasize the benefits of Tijuana's proximity to the U.S., the lower costs, and the high quality of the local engineering talent. She wove a narrative of shared prosperity, of untapped potential, of a future where borders become irrelevant in the face of shared goals and mutual benefit. The result? Tijuana has filled roughly 700 tech jobs, becoming a major player in Tijuana's tech industry. But more than that, it's become a model for how Black entrepreneurs can think globally and act locally, leveraging cross-border opportunities to create value. This story illustrates a crucial point that Tiajuana emphasized in our interview. As Black entrepreneurs, we need to start seeing our community as more than just our immediate surroundings. Our community is global. It's interconnected. And when we start to tap into these broader networks, we unlock possibilities we never even knew existed. Think about it. How many times have you looked at a problem in your community and thought, if only we had access to X, Y, or Z? Well, guess what? Somewhere out there, X, Y, and Z exist. The challenge isn't finding resources, it's connecting the dots. It's about building bridges where others see walls. Now, Let's move on to our second principle, innovative problem solving. This is where things get really exciting because let's face it, as Black entrepreneurs, we face unique challenges, but it's precisely these challenges that can spark the most innovative solutions. To illustrate this, Tiajuana shared with me a fascinating study on ethnic entrepreneurship in Tijuana. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tijuana, again, what's the deal? Well, stick with me because this is where things get really interesting. This study looked at how immigrant entrepreneurs from Honduras, El Salvador, and Venezuela were creating businesses in this border city. Now, these entrepreneurs faced some serious hurdles. They were navigating a new market, dealing with legal barriers, and trying to establish themselves in a foreign business environment. Sound familiar? It should, because these are the same kinds of challenges many Black entrepreneurs face every day. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of being deterred by these challenges, these entrepreneurs got creative. They leveraged their social networks. They tapped into community support. They found innovative ways to cater to the needs of their own communities. The result, they didn't just survive, they thrived. They created businesses that not only served their communities, but also contributed significantly to the local economy. And this is the kind of innovative problem solving that Tijuana believes is crucial for Black entrepreneurs. You see, when we're faced with obstacles, we have two choices. We can see them as roadblocks, or we can see them as opportunities for innovation. And let me tell you, some of the most successful Black-owned businesses have come from entrepreneurs who chose the latter. Think about it. How many times have you encountered a problem and thought, there's got to be a better way? That right there is the seed of innovation. It's about looking at the challenges unique to our communities and asking, how can I solve this? How can I turn this into an opportunity? Let me give you a hypothetical example. Imagine a Black entrepreneur who's struggling to secure funding for their startup. Traditional investors just aren't getting it. They can't see the potential in a product designed specifically for the Black community. Now, most people might give up at this point, but not our entrepreneur. Instead, they tap into their community networks. They start a crowdfunding campaign that resonates deeply with the Black community. They partner with Black-owned businesses for marketing and distribution. The result, not only does the business secure the funding it needs, but it also creates a model for community-driven entrepreneurship. It becomes more than just a business. It becomes a movement, a testament to what's possible when we embrace our culture and leverage it as a business asset. And that brings us to our third and final principle, cultural empowerment. Now, this might sound a bit abstract, but stick with me because this is where things get really powerful. Tijuana emphasized that our culture, our heritage, our shared experiences as Black individuals, these aren't just aspects of our identity. They're sources of strength. They're wellsprings of creativity. They're the foundation upon which we can build truly innovative and impactful businesses. Think about it. Our culture has always been about making something out of nothing, about finding joy in the face of adversity, about creating beauty in the most unlikely places. These aren't just nice sentiments, they're entrepreneurial superpowers. When we embrace our culture, when we infuse our businesses with the richness of our heritage, we're not just creating products or services, we're creating experiences. We're tapping into a deep well of shared understanding and connection. And in a world where authenticity is increasingly valuable, that's pure gold. But it goes beyond that. Cultural empowerment is also about recognizing the strength in our communities. It's about understanding that we don't have to go it alone, that there's a wealth of knowledge, experience, and support right at our fingertips. As I reflect on my conversation with Tijuana, I'm struck by how these three principles, leveraging community resources, innovative problem solving, and cultural empowerment, are all interconnected. They form a powerful framework for Black entrepreneurship in the 21st century. But here's the thing. Yes, see, knowing these principles is one thing. Putting them into action, that's where the real magic happens. And that's what I want to challenge each and every one of you to do today. So here's my call to action for you. I want you to take a long, hard look at your business or your business idea if you're just starting out. Ask yourself, how can I better leverage my community resources? Where can I find untapped networks or collaborations that could take my business to the next level? Next, think about the challenges you're facing. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, try to reframe them as opportunities for innovation. What unique solution can you create? How can you turn your biggest challenge into your biggest competitive advantage? Finally, I want you to reflect on your cultural identity. What aspects of your heritage, your experiences as a Black individual, can you infuse into your business? How can you use your unique perspective to create products, services, or experiences that no one else can replicate? These aren't easy questions. They require deep reflection, brutal honesty, and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. But I promise you, the rewards are worth it, because when you start to apply these principles, you're not just building a business, you're creating a legacy. You're paving the way for future generations of Black entrepreneurs. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. The future of Black entrepreneurship isn't just about individual success stories, it's about creating a new paradigm, a world where our businesses aren't just participating in the global economy, they're leading it. Where our innovations aren't just solving problems for our communities, they're changing the world. This is the vision that Tiajuana Turner shared with me. And it's a vision that I believe is within our grasp. But it starts with each of us. It starts with embracing these principles of community leverage, innovative problem solving, and cultural empowerment. It starts with seeing ourselves not just as entrepreneurs, but as pioneers, as change makers. So I ask you, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to push beyond the boundaries of what you thought was possible? Are you ready to redefine what it means to be a Black entrepreneur in today's world? The challenges are real, but so are the opportunities. And with the insights we've gained today, with the principles we've explored, I believe we're better equipped than ever to seize those opportunities. Remember, every great business, every world changing innovation started with a single idea, a single moment of courage. This could be your moment. So take these lessons, apply them to your journey, and let's create a future where Black entrepreneurship isn't the exception, it's the gold standard. But let's not stop there. I want you to go beyond just applying these principles to your own business. I want you to become an ambassador for this new paradigm of Black entrepreneurship. Share these ideas with your network. Mentor young entrepreneurs in your community. Create spaces where these principles can be discussed, refined, and put into action. Because here's the truth. The success of one Black entrepreneur is a victory for all of us. When we rise, we lift each other up. When we innovate, we create ripples that can turn into waves of change. When we embrace our culture and our community, we don't just build businesses, we build movements. So as you leave here today, I want you to carry with you not just inspiration, but a sense of responsibility, a responsibility to be the change we want to see in the entrepreneurial world, a responsibility to break down barriers, to build bridges, and to create opportunities not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. Your community is ready to support you. Your culture is a wellspring of innovation just waiting to be tapped. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to break borders. It's time to build empires. It's time to show the world what Black entrepreneurship really looks like in the 21st century. Are you ready? Because the future isn't just coming, it's here. And it's ours for the taking. Let's make it extraordinary. Let's make it revolutionary. Let's make it undeniably, unequivocally, unmistakably Black. The stage is set. The spotlight is on. It's your move, entrepreneur. What will your next chapter be?